So I did some styles in CSS, but not just styles. I learned more so of animation, which I didn't know was a thing, but it is. So I created an index, a pretty simple index file, and then I made some buttons, uh, a a div class of the container, and then hello world, a div for that. There's some basic stuff, but the CSS that I learned, it was actually very interesting. I was able to comment on each thing that I learned, just to say like what it was, like flex direction is to arrange items vertically, align items, center items vertically, and etc. It just explains it very well, so then I can actually understand what's going on a little bit more rather than just copying and pasting the CSS. Um, and so then I could just have better practice and know what I'm doing. But here I was able to learn, like with the button, all of these different properties, which I commented out because all of this, it could be simplified into just this. Um, because I could set each property, like the transition property to transform, the duration to 0.3. I could have done all of that, or I could have just done it like here, all in one thing. Like there's the transition property, here's the duration, here is the transition timing function right here, um, all in one thing. That way it's just on one line of code. Um, and then furthermore, we have a bit more animation. Where's the animation? This is where it gets interesting. And the main thing that I learned was you can do keyframes. So this is basically like the beginning of the animation. So it'd start here. And then this is the end of the animation of where it would go. It would end at 0, from negative 800 to 0. So that would be sliding in from left. And you use um, this function right here, this animation slide from left, and you would bring it down and use it on the class that you want. So for heading, I used it right here, animation name, slide from left. And then I would set each of these things like so. I could do that to be more specific, or I could simplify it. And here's another animation, slide from above, which I used right here. Slide from above. I made it more simple and just defined it all on just one line of code. So for example, slide from above, that's the animation name. Animation duration is right after that. Timing function, ease in right after. That way it just simplifies how much code is on the screen. Anywho, let's get to the fun stuff. It's nothing too crazy, but there's a lot more going on in the CSS. Okay, so let me refresh the page so then you can see what happens. The slide in from left happens first, then the slide from above. Bingo. And then for the buttons, there's an animation where it jumps. Ooh, it goes up a little bit. As you can tell when I hover over it, that's like the start point, and then the end point, it goes up. And then I did the same thing over here, except it changes color as well. Ah, so it's like ooh, ah. Um, but yeah, it's nothing too crazy, but there's a lot more that I learned, and I feel like I'm a lot more flexible with putting it into practice, especially for the team project of using these kind of animations of certain classes and divs and containers moving around from one place to another and rotating. So yeah, I'm excited. But thanks for listening.